Hi, Mr. Pure, how are you?
Good, good.
Welcome to our counseling session today. Uh, Over the couple of weeks now, we have been discussing your suicidal ideation, your attempted suicide, and things like that. And today, we're just going to be looking at or doing more examination into your idea of committing suicide. Okay, so there are a couple of questions I have for you, and I want us to just go through those questions. The purpose is to actually determine your risk of suicide at your risk of committing suicide. So again, there are not right or wrong answer, but we know exactly some of the things why you did it and how you did it. So we just want to go through all with them and then know exactly what as one of the things you have done before. Okay. So for example, have you ever done any of the following with the intention of purposely harming yourself? Okay. And the first one is have you severely pinched with objects on your skin that it leads to bleeding or that marks remain on your skin?
Sure.
You there?
Yep.
So which part of your body did you pinch yourself?
On the arm.
On your arms. Okay. Did you cut your wrist, arms, legs, or other part of your body? Have you ever cut yourself before with knife, with razor blade, and sharp objects and things like that?
Yes.
So what did you use to cut yourself?
Blade.
You used blade to cut yourself.
Yep.
Did you feel any pain when you did it, or did you have any sensation while you did it?
Sure. There was pain. Yep.
Okay. So how deep was that cut?
Very moderate. Not too deep, but very moderate.
Okay, so not too deep or moderate. In terms of not too deep or moderate, can you just put into perspective? Did you have anybody measure the tape there or the inch at which you cut yourself?
Well, not really, but one blood came out, so it shows that there was a actual cut.
Okay. Another thing that we want to know is whether you have ever ingested some substance or some sharp object into your skin.
Sure. Yes.
You did. Was it substance you use or you use sharp object to get it in your skin?
Actually, a needle.
You use a needle.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it painful or was it just anything for fun?
Yeah, sure, it was painful.
Okay. So, which part of your body did you use the needle?
On the left arm.
On your left arm.
Yep.
Okay. Did you go to the hospital or just like you rub it and that was the end
of
it?
No, did not go to the hospital.
You didn't go to the hospital.
No.
Okay. Were there any mark that remained on there? How long did the mark stay on your skin?
Since it was a needle, the mark did not stay too long.
Okay.
It just disappeared within a couple of hours.
Okay. Have you ever beaten yourself to the point that bleeding occurred or marks remain on your skin?
Yes, beating myself to the point that mark remain on the skin but not bleeding.
Okay, so which part of your body did you cut yourself?
On the right arm.
Okay. Yeah. So are you also a head banger? You bang your head on the wall or push against objects, that bruising occur on your back?
Once in a while.
Okay, once in a while. So if you say once in a while, does it have any time limit you can put on it, like once every week or twice a week or something like that?
Well, it has happened like 3 times within a month.
Okay. So this other session, I want to actually find out your reason for hurting yourself. What are the purpose for which you think you want to hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, I would say that I would use the term that I hurt myself. Okay. Da 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 da. You hurt yourself for what? Did you hurt yourself to feel something?
Sure.
You hurt yourself to feel something.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of why were you hurting yourself, or what did they want you to feel if you hurt yourself?
Well, just to the fact that you are kind of frustrated or something, and you just need something to cue or calm down that frustration, so you just found things to do to see how best it will help it.
Did you hurt yourself because your friends also hurt themselves?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you have
you want to see how it feels, or because you are not in a normal frame of mind. So when someone does it to themselves, you want to do it to see how it feels.
Okay, so you just did it because your friend did it, or you got specific reason for doing it?
Uh, well, it's a peer pressure or what you see your friends doing, and they tell you that, oh, I did this because of this, and this happened. So you say, I want to try it to see whether what you say is true,
Okay.
especially when you're not in your right frame of mind.
One of the things I also wanted to talk about is sometimes there's a religious connotation about people sinning and they feel guilty of their sin and they feel like, well, they need to atone that for their sin. Did you ever hurt yourself because you want to atone, you want to use it as self punishment or to atone some sin of yourself, of your ancestors, or something somewhere along the
Well,
line?
somewhat, but that I'm not too sure.
Okay,
Somewhat.
somewhere. Okay, so have you ever thought on the idea that, look, once you are having problem, it's because you have sinned and God is punishing you, and so you must atone your sin or something like that?
Uh, Not really sure.
Yeah, also. Okay. Uh, what about you? You want to hurt yourself to rush or to search of for rush or search of energy?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Is it also a kind of way for you to deal with your frustration when you hurt yourself?
Sure.
You want to deal with your frustration. I mean, you want to talk a little bit about that. How do you think by hurting yourself will deal with your frustration?
Well, it's kind of a self attention because if no one's paying attention to you, you want to probably do something that will make people kind of pay attention, or somebody will maybe come to your rescue or something.
Okay. Yeah. Do you sometimes feel uncomfortable?
Sure.
So it's a part of the things you feel that you want to deal with some uncomfortable feelings for which you did it, for which you want to harm yourself.
Sure.
Okay. If you talk about being uncomfortable, do you have any specific kind of thinking or feeling that you are uncomfortable with, or is it a situation that you are uncomfortable with and you want to just kind of get rid of it?
Well, sometimes you feel kind of forgotten or dejected. Maybe
Okay.
you just by yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is it also in the hope that someone would notice that what you're doing is right, or you just want to get some, you want to gain some attention from other people about your activities, about what you're doing, or maybe people are not paying attention to you, so you want to do it as a means of gaining attention or attracting some sympathy from other people.
Yep, that could be one of the reasons, and the second could be to just satisfy your desire. And
Okay.
once you do those, you feel that your feelings will kind of go away.
So if you want to commit suicide, is that a way you think you're doing it because you don't want to do it in other ways, so you want to, I don't know what other ways you think you can commit suicide. Do you have any idea about that?
Well, there are many ways to commit suicide.
Okay.
Like maybe people just drown themselves or hang themselves or take poison.
If you harm yourself, is it a way that you harm yourself because you want to take control of your life?
Sure.
So if you think you want to take control of your life, are you not in control of your life yourself right now? That's somebody controlling you or something like that?
Well, not exactly, but it's possible that could be one of the reasons.
Okay. Yeah. Mm, wow. Oh, is there another way that you do it because you want to commit suicide to avoid committing suicide by hurting yourself? Probably, maybe let's go a little bit backward, right? Where you try to say you hurting yourself. Now, like you said before, you inject, you break yourself with needle, you cut your skin, you do all of those things, right? Those may not be actually committing suicide. Those are just some superficial harming you do to yourself. But to all of those things, you want to do it as a means of committing suicide itself. Is there any thinking behind that? Why you want to think that, okay, even though I just doing it because I don't want to commit suicide, or are doing it as a means of actually leading to committing suicide? Which one is which?
Well, it could be a means leading to it because, like they say, practice makes perfect. So those could lead to smaller things could lead to bigger things.
Um, Hurting yourself is it also because you got an urge that you want to hurt yourself and you can't stop it?
Well, but not necessarily, but sometimes it's whenever the feeling comes.
Okay. Um, could you also say that the reason why you are hurting yourself is because you want to release stress?
Sure.
You want to release stress and pressure. Uh, Again, what are some of those stressful things you think you are engaged in for which you want to release it, or some of the pressure that's on you that you just think, oh man, I can't make it. I need to do something else to just release my pain, whatever.
Well, sometimes you try to look for a job, you
Okay,
can find a job, you have no income, you have no actual dwelling area. So those are things that can get to you.
okay, yeah, yeah, I know. Is it also you do also to change your emotional pain into something physical? Because, for example, within you, if you talk about the difficulty in finding job, okay, you are not satisfied with your life and things like that. It's within you. People don't see it, okay. But by hurting yourself, people actually see the physical thing you doing to yourself. Is it because you want to change your emotional pain into actual physical pain for which you do it?
Sure,
Okay.
to make it physical.
To make okay. Do you like yourself or you hate yourself for which you want to harm yourself?
Well, I don't think I hate myself. I believe I like myself.
You like yourself. But if you believe you like yourself, but you are inflicting pain on yourself, is that liking yourself, or what is the difference between liking yourself but yet you inflict pain on yourself?
Well, probably that could draw attention to other people that could give you some help.
Is it another way? Do you like doing it, or you just think that, oh, I just want to attract people's attention?
Well, not that you really like doing it, but yeah, that could put a spotlight on you and maybe other people will notice and probably give you some help.
Is it a way to practice suicide by you doing all of these things? Like I said before, you practicing the way to committing suicide is so that you eventually will lead up to committing suicide.
Very sure.
Okay. Do you attempt to commit suicide? Or is it a way, is it an attempt to commit suicide? What are the things you've been doing to yourself?
Well, it is.
It is, okay. So I know we have gone all of these kind of thing, and like I said before, we actually want to assess your risks or your risky behavior in committing suicide or in hurting yourself that may eventually lead to committing suicide. Now that we have talked all of these things, let me just go back a little bit and find out as to how frequently or how recently have you done some of these things. Okay, so when was the last time did you intentionally hurt yourself?
Oh, about a week ago.
About a week. During that week ago, what did you do specifically?
Well, I kind of banged my head on the wall.
Okay. And did you have, I don't know, when you bang your head on the wall, did you feel any headache afterward, or did you get wounded, or was there blood flow and things like that?
No, just a little pain.
A little pain. Okay. Uh, how likely are you to intentionally hurt yourself again?
I believe I can do it again.
You can do it again. Uh, so if you are to do again, I mean, look at what you have done before, right? all the other things we have talked about, the reason why you did it, and the degree to which you did it, and things like that, and where you are right now, okay, if you were to do it again, to what degree will you do it? Because some of the things, for example, when you say, some of the things was oh, it was just superficial, it was not too deep, okay, and so I just wanted to have that kind of feeling of making sure that I get people's attention. Now that you have known, probably you have known up to this point that you are harming yourself, okay, moving forward in the future, you just said if you were to do it again, you would like to do it again. How deeply would you do it?
Or probably more than the first because no help has been coming through, so that increases the frustration and the rejection.
About how many times or on how many occasions have you intentionally hurt yourself?
Between like 6 to 10.
6 to 10 times.
Yep.
Wow. So do you know 6 to 10 times were they just one after the other, or you did it probably you did it today, after one week you did it again, after another 2 weeks, or was it one after the other?
Not really one after the other, with space in between whenever the video comes on.
Yeah, yeah, I know. What or who motivated you to hurt yourself
Uh,
for the first time?
well, for the first time, I would say myself watching movies and seeing stuff on the internet and wanting to try it out because people did it for certain reasons, and I said, oh, maybe I could try this out too.
Okay. Did you have friends who have done it before?
Oh yeah, a couple of them.
So do you actually communicate with your friends? Do you sometimes compare notes to say, hey man, I did it this way, this is how I did it, and you just decided to do it your own way? Or was it just your own way of doing it because all your friends did it?
Well, after that, we are all friends, so we come together and share our stories.
Okay. Yeah. Did you also see it on television, or you saw you read about it in books, or you saw it on movies?
Well, not really on television, but like social media,
Okay.
read stories about people who have done such things, etc. Yeah.
So, have you ever intentionally hurt yourself more than you expected to do it?
Well, up to now, not really to this point.
Okay. Uh, Sometimes, so people who commit or who self-harm themselves are somehow under some kind of influence, either alcohol or drugs. During your occasions of committing or harming yourself, were you under any kind of influence of either alcohol or drugs?
Mainly alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol. So if you committed, if you, what is the extent or how much, what's the quantity of alcohol did you consume? Or do you consume normally?
Uh, Almost every day.
Almost every day. So almost every day you how many bottles of what specifically did you drink? What kind of alcohol did you drink?
Tequila.
Tequila. So if you would do it, if you drink the tequila every day, how many bottles do you drink? Is it in a bottle or is it in a box or something?
Well, it's a large bottle, so if I can finish a one bottle in a day, after a while, I have to get some more.
Okay. Yeah. So do you also do drugs?
Not really.
Not real. What is not real? You sometimes do it or you don't do it at all, or you do it just
Well, occasionally,
occasionally.
not in
Okay.
large quantities.
So if comparing the use of alcohol and the use of drugs, if you were to compare both of them, or do you take both of them at the same time?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So is there any specific effect or feeling you want to you usually derive from taking alcohol and drugs together?
It just make you feel good.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it make you feel good forever, or does it make you feel good for just
Well, just for the time,
momentarily?
it's in the system and it works, or you just have to go and get some more.
Okay. So, like the whole thing is, if you are frustrated, if you have problems, if you have pressure on you, if you have pains and all those kind of thing, and you go into taking drugs or drinking alcohol, do you think it actually solved the problem for you?
Well, temporarily,
Temporarily
yeah,
as well. But then what happens after temporarily?
go back and
It
get more.
goes back, you get more. Uh, it's you just talk about if you are to do it again, or if you are to have the opportunity you want to do it again. Do you really want to do it again, or just want to feel? Is there any other way you can attract people's attention or talk to people about your plight and see what they can help you with instead of doing all of this into yourself?
Well, talking to people, nothing really happens. So probably something that has some action probably would have some attention.
Now, what group of people do you talk to? Are the people from your community? Are the people from your church? Are the people are just the same old friends who do the same drinking and drug kind of thing?
Well, I mean, it's circle of friends.
Circle of friends. So beyond that circle of friends, have you ever talked to other people again? Like for example, do you go to church or do you have any religion?
Well, not really.
Not really. So, have you ever tried to seek some spiritual guidance, like going to a pastor or somebody who is spiritually inclined to see what you can do about it?
Well, no.
So, if we can go back a little bit, let's look at your family background. Okay, great. But what was your family background? And what was your family home like?
Like in terms of going to church
So,
or
in terms of you people living together, how many children did your parents have?
well, we were many and we lived together for a long time. Big family of maybe 8 children, including the parents and other siblings. It was a very big family.
So, within that family kind of thing, what is your what's your position in terms of among the 8 children? How what number are you? Are you the fifth, fourth, third, first? What?
Fifth.
You are the fifth. Yeah. So being the fifth child of the family, did you have any specific treatment, like say your parents love you or they didn't like you and things like that?
Uh, Nah, that I really noticed. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, your desire to hurt yourself, did it stem from your family background, or did it stem from the fact that your parents didn't pay attention to you, or the people you live in the community did not pay attention to you and things like that?
Uh, no, not really.
Not really.
It just happened from peer pressure out there,
So you just
friends
pick it
out
up
there.
from peer pressure instead it had nothing to do with the family background, nothing.
No,
So was any of your parents a drunk or did they do drugs?
no, not that I noticed.
No, not at all. So again, all of those things you actually pick it up from colleagues and friends that you discuss things with.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think this was a fruitful discussion, a fruitful session, and it was great that we are able to talk over most of these things. Okay. Our next session will follow up on all of these we have discussed and see how best we can use them. Okay, to make to develop a treatment plan. Okay, and then at the end of the day, those treatment plan we should be able to work around it to see how best we will be able to talk to you, and probably if you need higher assistance or higher treatment, we can refer you to the next treatment. Okay. So I want to thank you very much for coming. I want to thank you for being open to this, to all the questions and you answer them. I just want to wish you all the best. I also want to encourage you to make sure that look, life is not all about it. Okay, if you need to talk to somebody, walk to somebody and talk to the person. Talk to your counselor, talk to your doctor, talk to your psychiatrist, talk to your social worker. even though you don't go to church, but sometimes too it's better for you to go to a church. Even if you don't go to church, you don't go to mosque, but wherever your spirit leads you to go and seek some spiritual guidance, that will be better for you. Okay. So I want again thank you for taking up your time, and I wish you all the best. I appreciate your time, people. Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.